between Xcel and 7-Up. Dave, why don't you go ahead and start? Tell us again about it. You said in the practice match, but explain to the viewers what it is because you're experienced with it. I'm not.
So basically, Europe's a set map. There's 8 positions that you can end up at, and how you end up at those positions are randomized. Each position contains a pretty similar amount of gold, stone, wood, food, etc. There's a lot of fish, so you'll see them going for fishing ships right away. And sorry, I'm a bit distracted by Icy right now. Raging in the chat. But this version they're gonna play is a 2v2 version, so only 6 of the spots are accessible. With that last 4v4 we watched, there was 2 island spots that weren't connected to the land at all, and those have been blocked off.
Okay.
For this 2v2
so
version.
actually blocked off. It's not that they won't.
Yeah, they've
start
been
there,
blocked off with
blocked
haystacks all the way around. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't end up at those positions. So every position is going to be accessible by land and water.
Okay. Interesting. But again, they don't know where they're gonna show up at, right? It's gonna happen.
Yeah, they have no idea. But we're going to know in
idea.
about 5 seconds from now.
All right, I'm in now, and it's a land nomad start, correct?
Yeah, you start with enough to. It's 200 wood for every civilization. So like Chinese don't get more villas and stuff.
What was I seeing with the kings there for a second in the beginning? I feel like I need to explain that.
You start there as the randomizer kind of figures out where you're going to go.
Oh, okay. All right, so introduce the players for us, Dave. We have 7-Up versus Xcel here in a 2v2 $200 Europe tournament. And
so
I'll follow along.
We've got mirror civs, first of all, Britons and Byzantines. Britons, not very strong in Europe, one of the worst civs.
Okay.
Because their post-imp unit composition is just not conducive to having a lot of gold and spending it. It's really tough to push with them. No cannon galleon, no siege ram. They do get fully upgraded galleon, which is nice, but so do Byzantines as well. So we got the 7-Up team, which are RMers, Nomad players, I believe. Yuma and Raja Ram. And Yuma is on Spain right now. And he's dropping a nice TC on the gold and the wood there. You do that if you're going to go for water, because then you don't have to build a mining camp for the gold. Take it from your TC. Yellow is on Africa at the bottom there. Dropping his TC now. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Xcel team, we got Adrift on Italy. The red player. Britain, so he'll probably be going up against Raja Ram on the water. And then finally on England, we have Rock as Byzantines, and I wouldn't be surprised to see just a straight fast castle into fire ships from him, since he has Byzantines. The Byzantines fires attack 2 times faster than other civs. So we might see him, and he's far away. He knows he's far away from the other players, so he might just go fast castle. We'll see though.
So a couple questions. I'm sure the viewers have questions, and so do I. Starting resources, when you start the game, are they starting land nomad resources?
You get 200 wood, 200 food. It's like land nomad, but the only difference is that it stays the same for every single civ. So like Huns won't have less wood, for instance. So you lose out on some of the civ bonuses there.
Okay, that's pretty good. So, like, Persians won't have extra wood.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Okay.
So, like, the best starts for Europe oftentimes come from civs like Japanese is really good because it's a cheap lumber camp, which means you get your TC up faster, and also the fishing ships. Japs is a really good civ here, but for Byzantines and Britons, pretty standard start for both of those civs.
Here's another question. What about the boars? Is that standard as well? Like the boars and the deers, or is that random? Because
the boars and the deers, each spot gets at least 3, and most spots get some extras, depending on like how open they are, and it's just kind of a balance feature. So we see like Green is taking in his 2nd boar now, but he's also got 2 more near his TC, and then a 5th one like quite a distance away. And you'll usually only see them take 3 boars, because once the fishing gets started, they need their vills for wood.
Wood for fishing ships, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, red has 3 boars with 1 farther away, blue has 3 with 2 farther away, and yellow is on the only spot that has actually only 3 boars.
Okay, interesting. So, I want to talk a little bit about what you mentioned last game, because I see yellow down here on what is Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yellow's on Africa. Was this a disadvantage in a 2v2? In a 4v4, there's a lot going on. Is this as much of a disadvantage in this game because he has an ally up here? Is this bad for him?
The thing... I hate Africa, so, like, not the actual place, but, like,
wow.
in this map.
Wow.
Because you can get cut off so easily, but I know people who love Africa because there's so many places to, like, dock along there, and, you know, it's just very uniform. You can set up your farms in the middle and whatnot. But for, I think in the 2v2 version, I think Africa really is a disadvantage. The spot red has right now is super nice, and you can see he does not want to go navy, so look where he tossed his dock. Instead of on the front side, he tossed it on the back side.
Okay, so it's a
which
safer
means
position.
that yellow has to go all the way around. And by the time he gets there with any galleys, Adrift can already be in castle age.
Yeah, that's a really good call there, and it looks like we'll look at the other plays. I guess if Rock has, and I'm just guessing, of course, not knowing the metagame, I'm guessing if Rock has a lot of fishing ships pumping out of a couple docks, we could guess that he's going to be going fast castle. I'm guessing the metagame's a little bit different. I'm guessing the metagame's a little bit different because there's so much fish, they're always going to go 2 docks, but...
If we see him go up around the 12.5, 13 minute mark, then we'll know he's going fast castle. So both the 7-up guys are going up around 12 minutes, going up to feudal age. And now Rock's going up, he's going to be there by about the 15th minute, so I think he's going to fast castle, and I think red is going to do the same thing.
Okay. Now, something I hadn't addressed. In this tournament, it's best of 3. You lose the best of 3, you go immediately into the loser's bracket, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a big deal. You need to win every game. And probably a lot of communication going on, and with the 7-up team going up a little bit earlier, is it going to be feudal aggression on water? Is it going to be...
Yeah, they're counting on feudal aggression.
Feudal aggression here, okay.
So they're gonna, if you see where they've scouted, you get 1 sheep at the beginning, and it's really tactical, like where you send it to scout. So blue
that's so crazy.
Blue sent his sheep to France, and he figured out no one was there. So then he went over to where green is, and he found green.
I also see yellows as well, and it went right to where red was. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, because they know exactly where people are. So they found both of them. They have a good idea exactly where they are. And green and red also know where they are because they scouted out the spots they weren't. And they knew there was only 2 more spots they could be.
Wow. That's a really cool element of the game that I didn't know. And that changes things. It looks like blue is walling with a... I'm not sure why. Why did he build a mill there? So he could build a blacksmith?
No, he built a mill so he could make a market, yeah.
Market and a black...
And he doesn't... He has enough fish, so he doesn't need those deer at the top, so he's not going to build those. The berries collect so slow, so might as well use your mill as a wall, right? If you're going to do it.
Yeah. That's interesting, but yeah, he's walling off now, and he's probably going to wall this right side, and then he's going to be full walled. I do see galleys coming out from yellow, but like you said, he's not going to be able to access the...
And I don't know why...
fishing ships.
It seems really weird. Red has galleys, but he could already be up to castle age by now. That was a really strange decision from him.
He's actually not fast castling, okay.
Well, he is going to go up any time now, but like it's really strange that he would go to all the effort to hide his fish over there, and then make 4 galleys just in case. Okay,
possibly a big mistake from him then. And one thing I did notice, I'm not sure what he said, but I can guess what yellow said because it was in a different language. As he's maybe about to pick off some villagers of red. Yellow said a couple words in the chat, and he signaled to this area where he has his galleys now. And I'm guessing what he was saying was no docks here.
Yeah, or he hid docks or something like that.
Yeah. So he's probably saying exactly what you were mentioning earlier. He was going to go there and look for those fishing ships, and if they weren't there, he's going to go back here. So these guys are all very experienced with the Europe metagame. Meanwhile, it looks like Green's coming in versus Blue. Now, Green's going to be the Castle Age first, but Blue should be able to win this engagement.
No, Blue's already in the Castle Age, dude.
Oh, whoa. It's so fast. I'm
Blue's
sorry.
getting war galleys here, yeah.
Oh, so Blue has a big advantage.
See, the thing was, as soon as Blue found Green up there, and they knew Red was over on the other side, he added about 4 more fishing ships. So he got a really nice economy boost from that, and meanwhile Green didn't add any fishing ships, and went straight into the galleys, so that's why Blue is ahead a bit to Castle Age.
Now, seeing as most players are on water, do we see early ballistics? Because that's what I would expect if this was like a water map and a standard RM. Do we normally see early ballistics, or do we see early TCs?
It really depends. You usually see early TCs because there's so many choke points that ballistics don't matter.
Gotcha.
Like the choke point in the green space, ballistics don't really matter because you're fighting head on. And you can counter like the runners that players throw up there. If you're fighting in the open, then they do.
And here comes a fight. Green's getting his upgrades now, but he's lost one galley. He's close to losing the next one as he runs that away. But I think once Green gets the upgrades, he's going to want to fight this. Yeah,
and that's a really bad spot for Blue to fight, because his ships are going to want to attack that dock.
Yeah, and he's lost one.
He's got to get out of there.
And he might lose more than one here, and well, he lost a lot of HP, so that is bad. He's going back now. Meanwhile, Red and Yellow are going to fight. This is going to be a very close fight. And Ballistics is coming in for Yellow, which is, again, interesting, like you said, with all the small choke points.
Yeah, that's I feel like that's kind of a waste, because you look at Red, he's already got his second TC up, and Red can just fall back to that choke point around the boot of Italy.
Yep. Yeah, I could have guessed that was the boot of Italy. That's an easy one.
Yeah, man. Looks like a boot, right?
Yep.
And Green's also on 2 TCs. Blue is just now dropping his second TC. So it looks like Blue and Yellow went more for the Navy initially. And Red's got to be careful here because Yellow's coming around the side. And he might be able to...
Sorry to interrupt, but Blue also taking maybe a bad engagement here as well. Green needs to be careful not to overextend.
Oh, Red's in trouble. Red's in trouble here. His units are stuck against the cliff there, and Yellow's coming around the other side.
Yeah, he can't go back now.
But at the same token, Yellow can't really go forward because he'll run into the ships from Red, and then Red can trap him. So Red just has to kind of dick around here and make sure his units don't die.
Yeah, Red will probably send units in from behind.
Yeah.
The one thing with the engagement on the other side is that if Green does fight this, Blue has the home field advantage. It looks like all these players are committing heavily onto water, and with the amount of resources that are available, we could see the Imperial Age upgrade very early. And again, guys, this is a Europe tournament. There's a lot of resources. It's played on fast speed, so everything's a lot faster, and the upgrades come in a lot faster as well, so there's a lot more action.
Yellow just now is laying down his second TC. And look at the Vil count already. 36 Vils for Yellow and 54 for Adrift.
Yeah,
and Adrift's already on 3.
Adrift's losing his Navy. Gonna lose all of it in this engagement versus Yellow. Does he have any more back at home? He's making it. But the Vil difference is substantial.
Yeah, and Blue actually took a bad fight there too, because Green now has ballistics. I'm not sure if Blue has ballistics yet. Does not have a university.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at Red walled in Blue's village. In the middle of the map.
That's funny. That's funny, well done.
I think,
big fight. Green's coming in. This is big for Green because he can access the wood line and he can clear out these docks. He has a huge advantage in military.
And he
has ballistics.
Yep. But meanwhile, on the other side, Yellow's coming in. Oh, Red will defend that. Green is He's gonna win this fight for sure.
I think so, and Blue doesn't even have all of his military fighting this, which is just shocking, and Blue's gonna run away, and keep in mind he's losing the fishing as well. He has to run those away. He's gonna lose all of his docks. This is awful for Blue. Just absolutely awful. Yellow's going in. Red could maybe push this back. Yeah.
He's gotta tell his teammate because his navy's on the other side, and once green comes in here, trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at the yellow's going up to imp now, and not far behind him is red. So red just needs to hold on to his navy there. Green comes around, yellow has to go back, and then red can start pushing it with an imperial navy.
So the players, we have yellow, who is a Britain's player, and red, who's a Britain's player. So Britain's on the way up to imp. Like you said, on land, Britons are kind of slow. They're very slow pushing civs, so I don't know what that's going to do, except maybe on water that's going to be effective.
Yeah, they'll probably stick to the water as Britons. Red's got to save his ships here.
Yeah, that was a bad engagement.
But look at the villager counts here. We got red, who's almost 30 villagers up on yellow, and rock is up on, or I guess blue is 3 villagers up on rock. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird because yellow, I don't know, like he should be able to build his economy up more, you would think. He doesn't have any farms, he's just relying on fishing ships. And
the early ballistics really hurt him. Yeah, it really hurt him.
Yeah, he doesn't have any farms whatsoever, and if he loses his fishing ships to green in a second, can you imagine what his villager count's going to be like in 10-15 minutes? He's not going to be able to keep producing from his town centers. Blue's losing all his docks now.
Yeah, I feel like rock should have just kind of ignored those docks though and gone around. Now yellow's going to be there, but rock is going up to Imperial Age, so he'll be fine. And I don't think blue is anywhere near going up.
Yeah, he's struggling for sure. But the good thing is that he has a decent villager count. Red's going to push in on... Oh!
Yeah, he's getting Arbalist. He's got some Mangonels here. So blue's going to have to deal with that as well.
I like this move because he's obviously losing water, or, well, he's already lost water. I like this move. So he's switching it up. And like you said, Dave, there's a lot of resources, especially in a 2v2. There's a lot of space. So switching to land first is probably the right move, especially when blue is struggling. And
in a 2v2, space matters more than resources, to be honest. Because if he cuts it off, blue has nowhere to go. And yellow has nowhere to go. So even if they win the sea, they're going to be in trouble big time.
Now I'm looking at the military numbers because Rock is about to get Galleon. He does not have Bracer, but it's on its way in. He is fighting Yellow, who has Galleon and Bracer and Chemistry, and then Blue is also going to be sending in his units. I think it's important that Green holds water while Red pushes in on land for Xcel. And Green's running back, waiting for the upgrades, but he has a lot of ships. It's 59 military.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to beat that, especially if he's just going to keep pumping. He's got 6 docks now. They're not going to be able to beat that. And meanwhile, Adrift is laying down his 10th TC, 11th TC.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's TCs everywhere. Yeah, that's incredible. And, I mean, Britons do have cheap TCs, I guess. He's pushing in with Arbalest. Can Blue stop this? That's the question. He's on his way up to Imp.
Once he gets those Arbalests up against that wall, and oh, Red's getting capped ram. Good, that's a good addition.
I agree.
He's super tough.
Green is winning on water, though, and that's going to be difficult because Yellow can't help out on land. He's committed to water. I'm going to put this speed on 50 because it's lagging a bit.
Sorry, I'm back.
That's alright.
We got Red pushing in. Blue's going to be in trouble here.
I noticed that Blue's going with Knights.
Yeah, which is... Let's see how much res he has. He doesn't have the gold for it.
He doesn't have any upgrades. Like, I understand the meta is different in Europe, but I don't understand this decision. Because Britons normally would go like Arbalest and Halb, right? and
Yeah,
Rams
but what
and
would
Trebs.
what's blue gonna go then? Other than knights.
I don't. I mean,
Cavaliers
true.
Cavaliers
I mean,
probably his best option, to be
okay, it's
honest.
not easy. It's not easy. That's for sure.
And he's moving a bunch under gold now, so he knows he needs gold. But he's just gonna be in trouble here, especially once the cannon galleons come out from green.
Yeah, that's a good move from green, and it looks like 7-Up is just really struggling. Green is doing a great job of pushing in on the left. Yellow is not using his military there. Blue and yellow just not been communicating with their military, not using it. Now green's going back right when yellow responds. Really well done, and again, not many upgrades on these Cavalier.
Ooh, yellow doing a nice job pushing in on red with those rams. Really nicely. Red's got a...
At the top? Sorry.
Yeah, in red's base.
Yeah, I noticed he has Arbalest up there, which I really like. Couple villagers. Yeah. This is good. This is gonna make red adjust a bit, but red does have a lot of TCs maybe to relocate to.
Let's see. And red's push in the middle has been... Red needs Halbs for blue, and he needs Cavalier to counter the yellow push. Yeah.
Okay, so... And green is mainly on water, so maybe green needs to transition on land, and he has a TC over there now.
Yeah, he's laying down some staples now.
Okay.
So he's getting chain barding armor as well. So as long as red holds blue into his little area here, green can do fine. And big fight at the bottom with the navy. I think yellow might actually defend there.
Well...
A lot of ships from green though.
Yeah, I can't tell. The fishing ships and the dock and the houses from yellow are actually going to help out a little bit because green's patrolling in. If blue were to just use his war galleys to help out a little bit as well. Yeah, he's using them now. There we go. So hard to tell. I think yellow will. If he's producing, I think yellow will win this fight.
I'm not sure he is producing though.
I don't see any more units coming out, and
there's one. That's a good fight for green.
Yeah, well done. He's gonna be able to clear out these fishing ships, and that's very good. But yellow is, look at how many capped rams he has in the Arbalest.
Yep.
This is a great job from him, and this is exactly what he needed to do.
I mean, it's a good job, but still, Drift has 120 villagers.
Yeah.
And Paladin coming in from Rock now.
And where are his stables at? I see one.
They're in the middle. There's a couple behind that as well.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he's dropping, gonna have 6 behind there and then 1 forward.
Yes, the Paladin's gonna be rough. I have a pause, by the way, just making sure we both
me too. Sure.
And it looks like blue is actually defending quite well. And I think it goes back to the fact that Britons are really slow at pushing.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I hate being Britons in post-imp in Europe. Unless you're on an island, because then you can just go water. But even then, after a certain point, you don't get cannon galleon. You can't push.
I think Britons, period, I hate being in any like closed map, because they're so slow. And maybe in an open map they're good, because you can utilize their range and pick off units and move around. But this is a rather closed off map, and it's just so bad. I completely agree with you. Yellow's pushing in. Green doesn't have ton of paladins yet, so this is yellow's opportunity. Green has a good foothold on water still. I'm gonna go to speed 50 again.
Still pause for me.
It actually unpaused for me. I'm at 4605. I don't know if it's unpaused or what for you, but blue has actually pushed up towards red as well, and he's doing quite a good job. I really like this. Red has yet to get the Halb upgrade, so maybe that's the reason why. Yellow's continuing to gut red. Red is at 90 villagers now.
Yeah, Red's got to make some production buildings back there. He's focusing way too much on blue.
Yeah, and he's not doing good against blue either. I feel like he's waiting for green. Green is unable to help. And if blue has the time, maybe blue is going to be able to get Paladin himself. And if you look, he has a ton of Cavalier. This is maybe a game that 7-Up can pull back. And especially with all the resources, keep in mind on Europe, you can do that easily.
Yeah, the only problem is 7-Up. I mean, Yellow needs to get villagers Red's former base and start making an economy there.
Yeah, and it's Africa's problem, right? It's just the space. It's really difficult. But it looks like Paladin's coming in now from green.
Oh, Paladin's great. That's good. Paladin's coming in to clear up Yellow's army, and once that's clear, if they can get some Rams over there maybe and push him back, it'll be fine,
yeah,
I think.
And now he's streaming a ton of Paladins in as well, which is very good. Heavy Camel's coming in from Yuma, and I find that an interesting upgrade considering that Britons are going with longbows and pikemen, but that's a great counter to the Paladins, of course. I don't know what you think about that, Dave. Normally camels, I don't know, I don't think they're that great because Byzantines don't get bloodlines either.
No, heavy camels are good. They're fine. Because
Okay.
they tank arrow shots pretty good once they get going. So, and I mean, at this point, Adrift is not making an army anymore. It's making skirmishers and halds.
I'm gonna take a look at his resources because he might. I don't know. He has.
I mean, he has
resources.
enough. He's just after a certain point, like when you lost your base in Europe, you find serious lack of space to build. Like
Yeah.
there's all these choke points where he's got 3 archer ranges or some barracks, but if he wants to rebuild his economy, he's got to walk a long way to do so.
Everything's just spread out for him.
But Green's doing a good job cleaning up Yellow's army, and Yellow hasn't gotten into halberdiers yet, so he's gonna be in trouble over here.
We'll push on the left-hand side from Red and Green. And this is going to be a pretty strong push. Look at this. Red's coming forward with halberdiers and elite longbows now. He's going to build 2 castles, and Green is building bombard towers as well. This seems to be the area they want to push.
Yeah, they don't want to go through that choke point in the middle. See, Blue rewalled that. They want to go through the top. And I like it because Adrift, he made a couple longbows and he kept them up here up top, kind of prevent Blue from expanding. And now it's given them space to build, so castles going down. I'd love to see a siege workshop. There's one from Green. Get some siege rams in there, or bombard cannons. Do a lot of damage.
It looks like the push from Yellow has really stalled, but he is building now. He's sending Arbalest and capped
He's
rams.
killing the fish from Green, which is a pretty big deal, because Green doesn't have that many farms.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing that Green is trying to run those away. That's a lot of fishing ships as well. Just now looking at him, he's losing them, but it was like 30 of them at least. Something I would really like to see, now it would take a long time, and maybe it's not worth the investment in population and resources, but...
A wonder?
No. I would like to see, like, Green build docks next to the bombard towers and the castles they have up now, and send cannon galleons around and take out the docks and the castles that Blue has up, and the TCs, and maybe use water control there, because that's where a lot of Blue's economy is. But like I said, you need to have galleons defending that, so it's like a lot of population you wouldn't have on land then, so I just don't know if it's worth it, but it would be nice to see.
I think Red should just let Green focus on this area. Let Green fight Blue, and then go clear up Yellow in your base. Lay down some docks, and get the Navy presence at the bottom as well. Because Yellow can't do anything if you have Navy. If you have Sea down there, kill all his production buildings, all his military.
That's a really good point. That being said, Yellow has not really done the best the past couple minutes with his Arbalest army, and it looks like Red is going to just focus on with defending it with longbows, because he's building 2 castles there, as a siege workshop or 2.
What Yellow has been doing, though, he has been taking out the fish at the top, and I think he's going to loop around, get the fish from Green that he relocated. But fast fire ships now from Green, which, as Byzantines, are really strong. Once he gets like 3 or 4 more, he can clean up that Navy from Yellow.
Yeah, I like to see fast fire ships. Green has a lot of Paladins, Blue has Paladins now. We're seeing a big fight on the left still. This is where the focus is, and
Blue can't afford to lose his castles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's important for Blue. He needs his castles. They're huge for him. And there's a lot of paladins there for green.
And yellow still doesn't have any halberdiers to deal with these paladins that are preventing him from pushing into red.
Also, there's a hole to the right of this gate. And the left. That gate is
You mean,
doing nothing.
it's not even a hole, dude. The gate is in the hole.
Exactly. The gate is just there. And green's gone in. There's camels coming out. He might need to go back. Blue's building another castle now. It's weird because there's infinite stone, so it's like, oh no, he's gonna run out of stone. He can't build any more castles. Nope. He can. But still, it's
yeah,
a
but to
huge
counter
loss.
that, there's also infinite gold for infinite siege.
Yeah.
So, castles don't have quite the same impact that they do in your standard game. But yellow making some castles now, pushing into red. Red's got to pick his game up here. He's got to do something. Seems kind of frazzled ever since he lost his base.
He did lose that one castle. But Green's doing a great job. I think Rock is doing an excellent job. He's sending paladins over to the right now. So he knows, he recognizes he needs to help out. He might go over and try and pick off some of these arbalests. I'm thinking he's going for the trebuchets though. And that's probably what he's going for right now. Getting one of them.
What's going on with this, oh, never mind. There was a Mexican standoff between Yellow's fleet and Green's fire ships, but...
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I just
I'd love to
actually
see
looked
one
there.
of them get C. I'd love to see one of them get C, but... Red needs a mission right now. Like, Green needs to give Red a mission. Like, take over C or something like that, or push Yellow back. Because right now, Red's dividing his focus, and he's really not doing anything on either side. Just gotta focus on one side and trust his teammate.
I feel like as Britons, you need to use all of your pop for one purpose, like you said, for one mission. Like, you can't split it up, because they're only strong if you put 50-60 pop towards one goal. And you need to have like 50-60 longbows with like 20 halves and some trebs, and then you're good. But if you split it up, it's too weak. And Yellow is realizing that on the right. He does have a little bit of water, but it's a bad thing what Red is doing, and he could lose a lot of his economy again. And Green's continuing to have to help, and he's splitting his forces because of this. 7-up is...
All you gotta do is look at the military numbers from Yellow and Red. Like, Yellow's doing a good job. He's got 69, 70. Red's got 41. And they're split. And he's not helping his ally on Spain with the siege rams.
Elite Cataphract's actually been researched. Sorry to interrupt, but Elite Cataphract's actually been researched from Blue. Now, he's losing castles, so that's not good, but he does have 3 of them currently. He could lose this other one on the front that Green is fighting beneath. But with Paladins and Elite Cataphracts and his resources okay, maybe he could win a big fight and push this back.
He's losing too many castles.
I know, it's very difficult. I don't know if Yellow's push on the right is going to be good enough. If Blue is also crumbling, and
Blue's trying to push out in the middle with capped rams.
I noticed.
Not siege rams yet, because he probably doesn't have the food. But if they take out Blue's base, he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So that should be their priority right now.
Well, again, back to a point we made a moment ago. I don't understand why Blue is sending capped rams out without any support. I feel like he should have had the capped rams back at home fighting, if he's going to use them as a meat shield maybe, I don't know. Obviously he's going to lose them, sending them out after that castle.
I don't know, I think he was trying to clear space so he could move his villagers out there and slowly, like, expand. A lot of times, though, on Europe, since it is fast speed, you can get away with stuff like that.
That's true.
Just send some rams, and they won't notice it in time. By the time they notice it, it's too late.
The stalling tactics have started from Green. He's building these bombard towers just to try and slow things down.
They just have to delay until Blue's dead. So yeah, Red's to credit Red now, he's stopped focusing on yellow, and he's just purely focusing on blue now, and he's got a lot of treads.
Yeah. And green is doing a good enough job here, I think, to be able to stop these trebs from going down, but he's not actually protecting the trebs, and he has a lot of his units just running throughout the economy of blue. Red doesn't have the Halbs in front. A lot of those trebs going down, but still the castle's going to go down.
We see Locked is making docks, and he's getting fast fire ship and shipwright. Love this. Sorry, Locked is Red. That's
I was gonna say, we don't have a Locked in this game.
I know this guy, yeah. This is so Drift is making fast fire ships at the bottom.
Where's he making them? I'm sorry? At the bottom?
Near his base, he's got docks along the side. Anyway, he's gonna go to Yellow's fishing ships, take those out, and get some map control there as well. Good.
Well, when I see them, I'll talk about them. I don't know where they're at, but people in the chat are like, which team is winning? At this point, I think Xcel is winning. They're slowly pushing in.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close because blue is... I mean, the heavy camels are doing a heck of a job, and green is... Like, he's not doing much at blue's base anymore.
No, he's focusing on yellow.
He's kind of pushing towards yellow, and yellow's getting pushed back a bit now. He's losing trebs. He's going to lose all of his army here, I think. They're sending in more Halbs, actually, but now red's actually pushing more towards the right, so this is getting closer, I think, Dave. Do you think it was a mistake?
Seriously strapped for space, though. That's the thing. Blue has to move his economy. He's got to move it to either Africa or up Italy into Red's old base.
Would it be ideal to transport? Like, what's the...
Yeah, you can transport, but, I mean, it's just as fast to walk there. Around, so.
Well, how would he...
And look at Red making watchtowers, or guard towers.
Yeah, I did see the towers. To solidify
Spain. That's actually... That's a cute little move, because he just basically wants blue to not be able to rebuild triangle holds. Now they've switched their attention to yellow, gonna push him back.
Do you think it was smart for green and red to start pushing out towards yellow again?
It's only smart if they can hold Spain. If they can hold where blue's base is, then yes. If they can't, then no.
Well, I guess we'll see, because blue is pushing out with siege rams now, and that's the first time we've said siege ram and blue in the same sentence in a while, but green's now coming in with a lot of paladins. This is probably going to clean those up. Man, this game is pretty good.
Yeah, this game is, it's evolved into a good one.
Yeah.
That's for sure. They just, neither side wants to give in here. Like, if you push on one side, the other side
pushes back,
falls back, you know? It's kind of interesting. And blue's trying to make more castles coming forward. Probably going to make more cataphracts, but red's there with a lot of longbows now. And with the green paladins, too. He needs trebuchets behind that, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be a big push. There's probably, looking at their military numbers, probably like 80, maybe 60, 70 military here, at the very least. Plus, there's keeps back there. Yeah, trebs follow that up. There's 2 castles there. Can always produce those trebs.
Ooh, and green is in the economy of blue with some paladins, too.
Oh, I see that.
The more you can mess up blue's economy right now, because he's only got 98 villagers, and red has fire ships at his fishing ships now.
This is very good. This is very good.
Yellow's got Onager now, and he's just trying to do something over there.
I really like what blue's been doing. I like how he's been holding, but I think that red and green have finally recognized, and they probably have known for so long, that blue is just running out of space and his economy is probably struggling. So the raiding and now the fire ships, what you said they researched a while ago, could really turn things around for them. Or not turn things around, but maybe apply the finishing blow.
And red's gonna get champion now. He's got a bunch of barracks on the far right. He's gonna go with champions and rams. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is against arbalists and longbows. But
maybe because he can. Maybe his resources are great, and he wants to. Yeah, he does have a lot of resources. So the one thing that red and green has over
They have
And
map
yellow
control.
and blue is map control, so they have all the
And
all
look
the
at the
space for
push on
farms and
Spain
resources.
too.
Yeah, that's
Lots of
hard to
paladins
stop.
there too. Yeah. And
Trebs
blue's
are
down to
coming out,
86
big Trebs.
villagers. No fishing ships now. It's not looking good for him.
If he wasn't Byzantines and he was any other civilization, do you think he would have held as easy? Because, like, the castles would have gone down a lot faster.
Yeah, if that was the Britain player, it would have died a long time ago.
He would have been dead, yeah.
Yeah. The heavy camels was a great addition for him, to be
I
honest.
agree, they held a lot better than I thought they would. He's still
Yellow's
holding
still
as well.
pushing, man.
Oh my gosh, this game! He's still pushing, and green actually, he has more bombard towers up, which is a really smart move. Just to stall, so they can push into Spain.
And blue's trying to push out now, but those longbows taking him down. Trebs him from behind once red moves them up, takes out those two yellow castles. Yellow now has longbows over there as well on Spain.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's actually been sitting behind this castle for a while. That's his castle, which he built, and I'm guessing that he's been creating longbows out of it, but that castle's gonna go down.
Both of them are going to go down.
Yeah. Oh, he's
They need
two of
to.
them.
Red and green need to build up some buildings where they on the land they've just taken over, just to make sure, in case blue pushes back, he won't be able to build there. It'll take him a lot of time to rebuild. Oh, transport ships from green, and I see paladins near them, so he might be going to yellow's base with paladins.
Where are the transport ships at, so I can
Right
see them?
near red and green stocks.
There's so many docks.
Okay, you see where yellow is fighting red and green?
Yes.
Go directly
Oh, okay.
down from that.
There we go. I see it.
So as soon as he
That's-
remembers he made
better.
transport ships, he'll probably
gonna
send
go
them
over.
to yellow.
And
But
Red's
blue's
making
killing
capture
red's
items there,
armies.
Wow. And yellow's behind. That's a great engagement. Killing all those longbows. Wow, red has been, I don't know, like, maybe not poor the last 5 minutes, but that's been great all game. I've been really impressed with blue and yellow. To be honest, I mean, green's been solid all game. But blue, the way blue
Red-
has held this, he's been great.
Yeah, red hasn't really made any mistakes. He just seems like he's unsure as what he needs to do, you know what I mean?
I agree. But
Like, he
again,
hasn't tossed away
they've been-
any armies or anything, but he's just been unsure.
except for that one. But yeah, I have to say, again...
Oh, green in the base of yellow now. Paladins. He could do a ton of damage.
Oh, that's
if he
bad.
remembers that he sent them over there.
That's bad. That's bad. And immediately... Oh, blue's just transporting there as well for space to build a town center. That's the worst possible time.
And red's there too, with red
Oh,
transported villagers.
Red's... Oh, man,
play.
this could be it. This could be
Big
it.
play. Oh, but blue
Yep.
knows. He just quick walled. The paladin's out.
Whoa, that's a great quick wall. Can they do something here? Now there's a castle from yellow. Now, should they
And
build
he's
docks?
making stables and everything.
Oh my gosh, quick
They
wall
just
from yellow.
refused to
Quick
die.
wall from yellow.
He got it down. He got it down.
That's great. Okay, so he needs to,
And he walled the paladin in.
he walled the paladin out as well. Great job. Great job from yellow. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm rooting for 7-Up here. I can say that because I don't know Europe that well. Still shouldn't, but
They
I am.
still have the same problems that they had 10 minutes ago, which is
I
just no
know.
space. But they've kept their villager numbers up really, really well here. But I mean, that castle is going to hurt them so much because that's one of the last gold pals they have on Africa. And it's ranging that. Like, you look at Yellow's other gold pals, he has none.
Yeah, that's true. He has no gold left. And now, can they push this back? Is the question. Like, I don't know. And
I don't
the
think
thing
with
is
the
also,
lack of gold, I don't think so.
Blue and yellow are investing a lot of military onto Africa now, and they're unable to defend Spain. They're actually pushing back on Spain, which is amazing.
And Yellow's still pushing against Red.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know how.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And keep in mind that yellow does have villagers on Spain. He can always collect the gold if he needs to. There, if they push back a little bit more. Red's coming in with green on Spain with
look
some
at the
bombard
bombard towers.
Yeah.
Holy man. He knows what he needs to do. Just deny the land.
Yeah. What a great game. But there's so many
look
castles
at Blue
coming
pushing
up.
with castles. Oh
I
my
know.
And now they're pushing back on. They're trying to push back on Africa. We got some longbows and camels. 7-Up just refuses to give up on this game.
I know. I love it. I love it. And
still a great push from Yellow in the middle. He's got his Trebs, his longbows sitting right there, and the Halbs in front. And now capped Rams coming in.
I don't think that's going to be stopped. I'm looking around at the military from red and
but
green.
The problem from that is that he has no villagers up there, so he can't do anything with the land once he takes it. And Green's coming from Africa with paladins from behind into Yellow's army.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess they're just gonna die.
I did see that. Yeah, I figured it was just too stupid to even mention.
But meanwhile, on Spain.
Yeah, so many towers from green. This is insane.
Holy, that push from Yellow. That is insane. He's got 115 military. Longbows, onagers, half rams, halberdiers,
that's the Britain
Trebs.
military that's deadly, man. That's exactly what can hurt. I don't know which direction he should push. I feel like he should push to the left and not up. And also his Trebs are exposed here. I don't like that at all.
He's got no gold too.
Yeah, that one Treb's gonna go down to like 6 longbows or something. Oh,
and Green
gosh.
is just slow and steady, wins the race on Spain here.
Ooh.
Building bombard towers, forward bombard towers, and Blue's gonna be housed pretty soon.
And Africa, Yellow is about to lose a trebuchet, I think, to 2 Trebs from Red. I think Xcel just denying the economy.
Oh, Yellow throwing away his longbows! No!
What?
He ran right into Red's. I think it was a misclick.
Yeah, he lost a few there, and his Trebs as well. Oh, look at his Trebs, Dave. Oh, no, Yellow, not like this, not like this.
He can't do anything. He can't save him.
He's losing the rest of them.
No, he can't save him. And he
Look at the frowny face.
Red's
Look at the frowny
keeps. Red is building keeps within range of Yellow's last gold as well.
Oh, man, and there's the GG.
GG.
What a game!
Well played. Yeah.
What a game! Oh my gosh!
Looks
I
like
love
a
the
Christmas
frowny
tree
face.
on the mini-map, doesn't it? Red and green everywhere.
Oh man, what a game! Just the aggressive nature of Xcel in the early game with the map control was great, and I have a lot of respect for 7-Up the way they hung in there and played that one.
They kept fighting that one, yeah.
That was great. The frowny face from Yellow there just broke my heart at the end because it was so admirable how they played, and I just saw the frowny face. I just knew that like he played his best and it didn't work out. Oh man. But okay, game 2 is coming up. Let's look at the achievements real quick. There's a large spec delay, so we gotta get into it. Green, a ton of kills. Largest army, obviously Yellow with 117. You can see the resources collected. Green had a ton of gold. No trade. Oh, there's a little bit of trade actually from Green. What's up with that? 73 trade profit? That's weird. And alright, I don't think that the timelines and achievements are as important in Europe. I don't know, but wow, well played. Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Very good one.